save a few $100 and pick this one up. This one or any of the Rad Power products. Like I said, I've had this and I had the Rad Runner 1. So try it. If you frugal here. Let's continue on what I was talking about. So let's compare them both. Like I said, I have the 1.0 and I have the electric, excuse me, I have the electric XP 1.0 and I have the RadMini version 4. Of course, this has shocks. Of course, the electric XP 2.0 has shocks and all that good stuff too. As I said before, it has a larger battery. The Rad Power RadMini does, and it actually gets I think it gets quite a bit more range, more consistent range too. You can see the battery right here, but you can lock this battery so you can't pull it out also. So a lot of people make the mistake because you can pull your key out without this battery being locked, and making sure you lock it if you have it outside. So make sure you turn it to the lock where someone can't just quickly yank out the battery. Could they possibly break it out? Of course they could, but it's better to put it in a lock position so people don't have that much time. There's a controller right there. Now the stand on this looks a lot more sturdier and feels a lot sturdier than the one on the electric XP. That's neither here nor there. It's a stand, but it feels a lot more stable. Build quality between the both. This is a better build quality, I can tell you that for a fact. It is a better build quality, but they're both decent bikes. They really are. Dependability, I'll take a Rad Power any day over electric XP. As everyone knows, my other bike with a little over 400 miles, controller failed. And here's the thing about it, I didn't think about that time. It was acting weird before that, so that controller was probably starting to fail around 8 months after I had it. Even before I got it there. It started getting all quirky and clunky and jerking on you and all this stuff. So it was probably failing back then. Anyway, both of them off-road, as I was saying earlier. They're not bad for light off-road. Neither this or the electric XP are going to be good bikes for true off-roading. They're not built for that. You know, this one's going to be, I would say this one and the electric XP 2.0 are going to be your best bet. I'm not for sure on the tires on the 2.0 electric XP, but I like about these, you can do light off-roading. You know, you're on vacation or whatever, you can take this bike off-road like where we're at right here and ride around some couple of trails where you can take bikes. But then when you get in the city, the tires are good for that. These are 3-inch tires, so of course you're going to get a little bit better range, of course, from that. Plus it has a little bit larger battery than the electric XP, for example. Both of them off-road. Like I said, light off-roading, just like where we're at right now. Nothing more, nothing less on these bikes. I really like this bike. Next time I go for a ride, I'll take the electric XP with me. You know, I changed the controller on it at 430 miles is when I changed it. No, that's not true. Maybe 422. And I'm going to keep riding it. The Ancheer's up for sale just because I can't really do stuff like this, go off-road with neither one of them. So if I'm with with that one, because if I'm with my spouse, we want to take both bikes. Well, I got this. She's got the electric XP or vice versa. I don't really want her riding this bike, and it's not that I don't want her to ride it, but I'm afraid she'll get on this bike. I already know her. I know she's going to get on this bike. The seat is more comfortable. It's got front shocks. It's got a more or less aggressive tire. She'll ride my bike all the time. And I'll be stuck still with the electric XP as my main bike a lot of times. So I'm trying to put her on that one. I am going to get her a more comfortable seat, though, to go with it. But just because the other one is kind of herky-jerky, they can be kind of herky-jerky, unrefined. It feels unrefined, like the motor's not as smooth as, say, this one. You know, it can kind of jerk you, you know. So with her, I already know she gets on this one, she'll be wanting to ride my bike all the time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna ride it then, you know, when we go and do stuff. But they're both not bad bikes. Rad Power's just my favorite. They are. They always have been since I had my first one. I think that was my first bike, was the Rad Power, Rad Runner. And if they make that in a folding, I'll buy it in a heartbeat. I'd recommend this bike for many people. Wait for deals if you have to. Ask about discounts. My first Rad Runner, I got like $200 off, I want to say, for being a healthcare professional. And I think they were running just a deal. And did I get this for $11.99? I don't remember. I might have said in another video. But next time I ride, I'll take the electric XP with me to ride it too. I want to get a couple more miles on the controller, just make sure everything's okay on it and see where we're at with it. I'm actually really happy now that I have 2 running. I was afraid for a minute that I was only going to have this and the Electric XP is going to be dead to rights. You know, so I'm glad I got it working. So I'll start riding it again, guys. Don't think I won't ride my 1.0. I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. I hope this helps someone. We're not going to go through all the specs on this bike. I just want to do one quickly on what it means to light off-road. Would I be jumping this bike and all this? No, of course not. Not like that, dude. You know, I'm not going to do all that. I don't need to. This is a good city bike, light off-roading, to take on your trips. And that's what I got it for, to take on my trips, to get me a smooth ride. One thing I will get for it is the rear rack. Because right now I don't like how it looks as well as Electric XP, and one of the reasons is it's missing the rear rack. That's what I'm missing. That's what I need for it. I almost pulled the rear rack. Off my Electric XP to put on here, but my Electric XP looks good with it. I really do like the look of the Electric XP too. I like the look of this too. This looks like a city bike. So there you go. That's the Rad Power RadMini version 4. Good bike. If you're new to electric bikes and you're deciding on which one to get as your first bike, spend a few $100s, pick this one up. And the reason I say that is it won't scare you away. The power is controllable, but it's there. The acceleration is smooth, so you won't feel jerked around and all that. You can control. All right, so here's the seat I got. I might have showed it in another video, but as you can see, it's got springs in the back and all that good stuff and everything. It does make a difference, and it's a wider seat, which I really like. Soft gel too on the inside of it, so that's really good. So you see I have 2 locks. One is my main lock, and one's just, honestly, I had an extra little lock, combination lock. I was like, why not have it, you know, just as a backup, a safety gap. I won't usually leave this bike alone for too long, and I live in a good area, but that doesn't, what does that mean? A lot of people travel to good areas to steal bikes, you know, all that good stuff. So anyway, it's more of a stopgap to have a double up just in case, you know. So anyway, let's keep riding.